There is a darkness going on over the world right now. As time seems to be going faster and faster, it seems to be increasing the chaos. It seems to be increasing the storm be surrounding the entire world. There's a lot of feelings of uncertainty. There's a lot of feelings of fear. Globally, there's a sense of heightened anxiety as it seems that we're barreling down to uncontrollable and desperate situations. And as the storm increases, I think overall for a lot of us, we have this overwhelming sense of fear, of pending doom, and just not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what's really going on, as we feel we're being pulled in different directions. There's a sense of bombardment of not information, but a bombardment of misinformation. And the more that occurs, the more it feels like the whole world is just spinning uncontrollable. And one of the things I think we all need to start doing is start doing some self-reflection. I think a lot of us, we are becoming aware of situations. We're seeing the truth and the reality as it really is. While there's still some of us who are trying to figure things out, we're trying to make sense of things that seem to be just on bordering insanity. Insanity that's sold as truth, that's sold as reality, when in reality it's not. This is a time where we need to do a lot of introspection, a lot of introspection, a lot of self-reflection. This is when we really start to a lot of deep digging within us. We try to sort through things which is indistinguishable from lies. And I think one of the main things we need to start having is a lot of discernment. We need to really start looking into things on our own, not just listen to what's being pushed, not to listen what's just being peddled, but really start analyzing and seeing what the puppet is saying and who is the master who is pulling those puppet strings to make them say what they are saying. This is a time where we all need to start holding ourselves accountable. Accountability is something that really has to be brought back again. I think we all need to have a sense of accountability for what we do, what we say, what we think, and realizing that everything has, consequences. We need to start using our discernment so it's not just someone on whatever channel spewing whatever they want to spew at that day, and here you are just consuming it and not just becoming almost mesmerized. Not just someone with a pretty smile or a well-groomed look is feeding at you, and not just because someone is telling you to say it. We need to start having discernment and understanding everything that you see, read, necessarily the truth. Don't just allow it for it to take such hold of you that you're just blindly following along, stumbling through life, tripping over, irrational thoughts, tripping over irrational discussions and saying, oh yeah, that must be true. We need to start slowing down. We need to start taking deeper breaths. We need to start reconnecting with ourselves, listening to our inner voice, that calmness, when that stillness is present and you're breathing and you are pulsating with the universe. And you start to become one with the universe. There is no you, there is no them. It's just the oneness of being and of existing. That's when that inner spark comes on. That's when that inner flame comes on. That's when the clarity begins to happen. That's when you start objectively seeing and understanding what is being told to you day in and day out. And you start to recognize and start separating what does not make sense and things that is just truth. Just truth, plain old truth. Not something that they're trying to convince you into believing. We are all on this journey together. We're not all on the same level. We're not on the same mindset. We are not all on the same trajectory. You have to start connecting with what is your own personal sense of purpose. What is it that is driving you? What is the truth? These are the things you have to start understanding and really separating what makes no sense to what makes sense. And I think once we start getting that clarity, that's when the anxiety starts to reside. That's when the sense of panic starts to dissipate. That's when you start to feel in your being what's really right and what's really wrong. Once you remove all the smokescreen, then you start seeing what's real. And once you see the realness of it all, then and only then will you have true peace.